हेलो 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 हेलो। ये इसका माइक्रोफोन पकड़ा। ये तो गलत है। ये इसका माइक्रोफोन यार उसकी स्क्रीन का कैसे पकड़ेगा? क्योंकि वो मैसेज है। इसको कोई बात नहीं, तो स्क्रीन का ऐसे ही
Good morning, all. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
My voice is can be heard by everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. No, let Buta Singh sir and our vice chancellor both should join. Then we'll start.
Okay.
Anshul, please let me know when Buta Singh sir join. Huh? Hello, Anshul.
Yes, ma'am.
He is trying to join. So if he joins as attendee, please lift his name to the panelist list.
Yes, sure, ma'am.
Same for Vice Chancellor Sir JP Sani sir. His name will appear as a Professor JP Sani, so you have to bring it to panelist.
Okay, ma'am.
And please press recording when it starts. हाँ सर जी सर ईमेल आप कोई सा भी आप अटेंडी में आ जाएं ज्वाइन कर ले हम अटेंड नहीं सर आप एक पैनलिस्ट है एक अटेंडी आप अटेंडी से ज्वाइन करेंगे तो फिर पैनलिस्ट में डाल देंगे सर स्टूडेंट्स बैठे हैं यहाँ पे Anshul VC sir is trying to join. If he joins as attendee, make him panelist.
Okay, ma'am.
Sure, ma'am.
And similarly, I think Buta Singh sir might also be trying. I have to just write in the. Many people are not able to join because of they are joining as a panelist. They should join as a attendee. हाँ सर, क्या ज्वाइन कर सर, अटेंडी ज्वाइन कर लें तो फिर हम उसमें पैनलिस्ट में इसमें चेंज कर देंगे स्टेटस। हाँ, इसमें एक अटेंडी है, एक पैनलिस्ट है, आप अटेंडी ज्वाइन कर लें। We are waiting for Professor Buta Singh and Professor JP Sani to join. They are trying to join, and Sani sir has joined. Anshul, please make Professor JP Sani panelist. He has joined.
Karan,
Jay Prakash Sani के नाम से है. Just yeah, thank you. And Buta Singh sir also trying. When he joins, make him panelist. Then we will start. Good morning, sir. Sani sir, good morning, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Morning.
Similarly, sir, Buta Singh sir also
Okay.
trying to join as attendee. We'll make him panelist. हाँ, सोनिका मैम, मॉर्निंग। आप अटेंडी ज्वाइन कर लीजिए, अटेंडी ज्वाइन कर लीजिए। मैं आपको भेज देती हूँ, मैं आपको फिर से भेज देती हूँ।
हाँ जी,
हाँ, गुड मॉर्निंग।
डॉक्टर प्रेरणा,
हाँ,
आई ज्वाइन।
गुड मॉर्निंग सर, गुड मॉर्निंग सर। यू
Good
आर
morning. Sorry,
with the name of
I think there is some problem.
हाँ हाँ हाँ
The link we could not join in time.
हाँ हाँ, no issues sir. It's
Good morning, Professor Buta Singh ji. Good morning. I am Professor JP Sani, Vice Chancellor NSU. Good morning,
जी,
sir,
हाँ जी,
and welcome.
नमस्कार जी, गुड मॉर्निंग, नाइस टू सी यू। वैसे जयप्रकाश सैनी है ना जी?
Yes, sir.
yes sir, yes sir.
सो नाइस जी, सो नाइस।
Thank you, sir.
ज्योति मैम,
I join.
अटेंडी ज्वाइन करो। हाँ, जी sir, there are some issues. People are start joining as panelist, and
Okay.
I think there is a issue, so I am just giving 2 minutes time to others to join as a panelist, as attendee.
No issues. You will take a time so that all will join and then we'll start.
हाँ हाँ
That is the better.
yes sir, 1 minute.
आप just to check, am I audible properly?
Yes sir, you are audible, very much audible.
ਬੁਲਾ ਯਾਰ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਖੁੱਲ ਹੋਊਗੀ
Okay. So, sir, I have posted the link again in all WhatsApp groups. If somebody is having an issue, please join as attendee. If he's in your contact, please ask them to join as attendee so that they can join easily. So I have provided link to all the groups. So I should now start this session because it's time bound. We welcome Professor Buta Singh. He is Vice Chancellor of PTU Bhatinda, and our Honorable Vice Chancellor is also in the meeting. I welcome all DODs, faculty members, staff members, and the other members of IEEE and dignitaries who have joined this meeting today. And it will be very informative session on NAAC. Professor Buta Singh will speak for 1 hour, and after that, his IQAC director will be there for Q&A session. So, this event is being organized under IEEE education activities of Delhi section and Margdarshak scheme of AICTE, education activities of India Council and Region 10. So I would not like to waste much time here. I will just read the brief introduction of Buta Singh sir, and then I will hand over it to Buta Singh sir for this session. He has more than 80 years teaching, research and administrative experience, 3 years research experience and degree from IIT Roorkee. He was awarded in the year 2003. He has pertained structured quotations papers in conference. Paper presented in conference. 2 books he has written. He is editor and reviewer in many international journals and leading engineer of the world, awarded by International Biographical Center, Cambridge, England. Best Engineering College Teacher Award, awarded by ISTE, New Delhi. Introduced the teaching department at university, which was pending since its inception. The introduction of new scheme in IKG PTU, where he is now Vice Chancellor, under which the free education is given to the economic rural students. The subject on universal human values and professional established to provide value-based education to the students. Obtained 12B UGC approved status for MRS PTU Bhatinda, and the university has become the first and only technical university in state having 12B approved status from UGC with his coordination and hard work. On the basis of research work, nominated as member of the TSS Thermal Spray Advisory Council of TSS ASM Thermal Spray Society. During HOD tenure at YCOE Punjab University, Guru Kashi campus, the campus became the first choice to the students, awarded with ISD Honorary Fellowship for the year 2016. His biodata is very long, and you may refer his page on the website for more to know more about this session with the presence of Buta Singh, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor J.P. Saini, and IQAC Director of TU Bhatinda. So let's start the session. Over to you, Buta Singh, sir. Thank you.
Ma'am, I think I could not start my video. Probably you have muted from that side, or
Anshul, provide sir to start his video. Anshul, provide Buta Singh sir the actually access to the video starting. Hello, Anshul. Stop sharing this and start.
Yes, ma'am.
Give access to Buta Singh sir.
I could not start my video. It another application is using your camera.
So you might be
I have to share my screen, I think.
yes. Now
Can
it is
my
visible
screen
to
be
us.
is visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
So I think we have to. Can I all have?
Yes, sir. Yes, many have joined, but there are 106 participants, and many others are asking how to join. Yes.
Like the people you have interested to join, they have joined. No issue.
Yes, sir. Many have
First
joined.
of all,
yes, sir.
very good morning. Thankful, especially to the Vice Chancellor of Netaji Subhash Technical University, Professor Jayaprakash, as he has also joined in this, and to Professor A. Shivaraman, who has continuously followed for this lecture. I think he himself is a expert regarding all the NAAC applications and other things. So he will also, I think, one of the better person too, and of course he has followed me, Dr. Prerna God, who is director for that. She is also following. So I'm grateful for all of you for this interaction. Although I'm not consider myself to be as such expert for this NAAC accreditation and other things, because we all related to this academic institution by one or the another way. So automatically, when we involve activities to ourselves, so automatically we will get expertise in that. If your university is planning that accreditation in the time to come, you will achieve a good grading in that. So I have just prepared some basic things regarding to share with all of you. Thereafter, we will discuss if there are some queries. Discussed with as he told requirements. So I have completely changed the talk of that. Now some the so we'll try to share these. Hope that and we will have a good discussion so that to each. Completely the topic I kept as an insight into accreditation framework of NAAC, because basically things. Just about my university, Maharaja Ranjit Singh, Punjab Technical University, Bhatinda. This is a very young university because the university was established in 2015, when I think many of you have heard about Punjab Technical University, PTU. Earlier, the state has only one university, PTU, that is at Jalandhar. And at that time, we are running, because I was there at the time as a dean academic. So we are running around 2,200 learning centers through distance education mode throughout the India, and even started some of these at international level, like some countries, Ghana, Nepal, But in the meantime, when UGC has fixed a jurisdiction for that distance education programs, so then these programs are slowly closed, and now that university is focusing only at the state level distance education programs. But when these programs started, that was a very good idea. Otherwise, all financial crunch. But because of these distance education programs, the is at Jalandhar self-sustainable university. But with an increase in number of institutions, then the Punjab state had decided to have two universities. They have even bifurcated the jurisdiction. Some of the districts, like 11 districts, are with this university, and 11 is with that university. So just talking about this Maharaja Ranjit Singh University, established in 2015. But this university, where the university established, here we have a first government engineering college established by Government of Punjab in 1989, and that institution itself is upgraded to a university. And presently, we are 70 affiliated institutions, and 6 our own campuses in these districts. We come about the NAAC, because whenever we think anything like that about quality assessment, so automatically we will only opt for such schemes when there is, like, we find out what are the benefits, why we go for that. So that is much important to discuss, because recently, as people are going much about the NAAC, that is also only because the Government of India has attached many of the, you can say, grants, etc., relative to the quality of an institution, the grade in a NAAC. So the major benefits of NAAC are, like, one, if we go for this exercise, so about what are our strengths, what are the opportunities, because when we make a SWOT analysis, so automatically we understand our own weaknesses, own strengths, then own opportunities, and when we work upon that, so automatically a systematic, we can say, progress of the institution, the development of the institution is there. Of course, there is identification of internal areas of planning and resource allocation, because many times we are very strong in many of the areas, but normally we could not understand. But when we planning for such type of activities, so we identify these areas and work on that. Then, of course, funding agencies will also look after, even as we have discussed, India government has fixed the, we can say, attached many of the grants, many of the research projects relative to the grading of an institution in NAAC. Then modern methods of pedagogy, of course, when we go for quality assessment, new sense of direction and identity for the institutions. Society will also look out for reliable information, because our NAAC grading itself speaks to the public what are the qualities of where this stands, so that the stakeholders will opt relatively for the education. And employers will also look at reliable information. Then intra and inter-institutional interactions are there. So these are some of the, I can say, the benefits related to an NAAC, but the most important benefit is now NIRF has also started National Institution Ranking Framework. So all these things are interrelated. Our NAAC grade, our NBA grade, our other like participation and research development activities. So all are interrelated. Wherever what we do, but grade we obtain in a NAAC, so automatically that is beneficial for our national ranking also. So I've just enlisted some of the topics, like then what is the NAAC accreditation process. Mainly we will concentrate on that. Of like self-study report, Then criteria coverage, we will discuss. Information is required, how what documents we have to provide, and just have 2-3 slides relative to the NAAC statistics. How many university institutions have got that NAAC accreditation? As we concerned quality concerns, because when we think about any of such activities, first we are concerned with the quality. Then identically some questions will come in mind. Okay, what is the quality? Quality key hai. What is the need of that quality? But education quality, how it is different in education institution and organization. These are the definitions of quality by some of the authors, like quality is a to specified requirements. Okay, when we talk about quality, then how we meet what expectations of quality is a fitness to use, of course. Quality is but otherwise quality is a watchword in and has dimension. Now then just it's because rate even it in various institutions or ISO NAAC. Come out to a quality improvement. This is not a single day process. When we have a quest for excellence, then month by month, relatively, we are goes on to improving the quality. So quality improvement is not an instant process. Similarly, because even the NAAC accredited, you will find out we have like earmarked some years. Only after that you are eligible to apply for NAAC accreditation. Relatively, when we go for NAAC process, then automatically there are few there are some key indicators, criteria, few key further divided into as basis to maybe institutions have provide the documents, provide the data, and third party evaluation is there based upon the documents, based upon the data which we have submitted to the NAAC, and almost 2/3, 70%, your evaluation is based on data metrics, and rest 30% is on the qualitative matrices where the team, we call a peer team, when in campus itself. So an integrated effort for the quality, if normally fine, is there. Then many times the quality also dependent on our input. When automatically we have a input is of a quality, so automatically output will be of quality. But otherwise, our procedure in the institution will, I can say, matter major relatively. How to extent we can approve quality industry or it may be institution. I have simply listed some difference between NB and NAAC. We'll concentrate on NAAC, but other NBA is able to that, whereas NAAC is applicable to all universities, autonomous colleges, affiliated colleges. Then, in case of a NBA, the eligible is terms of number of years after PQS, whereas eligible in terms of number of years after IIQS, that is the Institution for Quality Assessment. Basic major difference is the NBA concerns with a particular program. Like if in an institution, we have a number of programs that are running, like if I talk about engineering institution, the institution may running a mechanical, civil, electrical, computer science. NBA relates to program. Like we have to go for NBA to the mechanical engineering, we can apply for that mechanical engineering. If we are to apply for mechanical and computer, we can apply for mechanical and computer. So it is sorry, MBA accreditation, but it covers to a whole university. It is not a program wise, it is institution wise, university wise. Similarly, these how we submit SCR and SSR. Fill up a form in case of an but in of NAAC, you have to prepare, then you have to apply. It objectivity and objectivity both are considered in NAAC. NAAC accreditation is either for 3 years, maybe a provisional, or what is the percentage we are obtaining after a NAAC visit. After an NBA visit. Similarly, NAAC is, if it is accredited, then not accredited. So that is the basic difference relatively. But even in case of a NAAC, you may have a re-accreditation, first cycle, second cycle, third cycle. But in case of a to apply again. Now the eligibility, when a institution can apply for a NAAC accreditation, the two primary eligibility criteria for institution to apply for a NAAC accreditation are: the institution must have at least 2 batches of graduated students passed from that institute. Second, must be a 6-year-old or above. So it automatically cleared that if you have like master program participation, that means if you have passed for accreditation, minimum 6 years, or when 4-year degree course, 2 batches are passed out. So automatically both the conditions are there and apply. If your course duration more than 4 years, then how first the institution have to make a decision, then information quality assessment. When we submit that, then relatively it will be processed and either it is rejected or it is accepted. If it is accepted, then we will go for self-study report. Self-study report is when we submit all these details with all the documents, we prepare that report and submit to a on a NAAC website. even links from the particular institution websites are given, and then complete assessment was made by the NAAC, then relatively when an institution will at least secure 25% during that process, then the peer team will be, and peer team will also make its evaluation, and by all the grade will be declared by the NAAC. Thereafter also they are remained concerned with annual quality assessment report each institution have to submit throughout the 5 years. There may be like some different things then by finding out where we think that we are not properly evaluated, we will go for an appeal. And if that committee will consider your appeal is justifiable, then many times there is a revisit, many times there is a call it like that. We'll discuss it in detail in subsequent main process accreditation. One is assessment, earlier that is known as LOI. 3 chances with the same fees. When we submit, then when they will accept, either if they reject, again we have to submit that. So we will submit institutional information. Relatively, they will allow to apply for NAAC. 2 is when it is accepted and we have allowed, then online filling of data for self-study report is there. Self-study report is that we prepare that report and submit all. When we submit this, key indicators, each key indicator then have components is assigned as qualitative basis of proportion of 2/3. 1/3 is qualitative, where that is not exactly on document based, whereas the quantitative matrices are on completely document third party when we submit the documents. Data validation and verification is there. This is a very important part because when we submit a report, that is completely evaluated. Here, where the third party evaluation is there, and many of the evaluation is made by the computer itself. So automatically they will assess on your website what documents you have uploaded over there. Relatively, they will remain and tie up with the IQAC cell also. Wherever they think that not proper, they will inform properly this is not acceptable. Times you are allowed to update, to submit your comments, and it is a two-way process. Finally, when all your data is verified, validated, then only the evaluation that we call a quantitative matrices is made. Then parallelly, there is a student satisfaction survey. This is also very important. This will contact to how many number of data you have submitted and out of at least 10% to fill that forms. This is through email. They will send to the students which you have enlisted on your website, and they have to submit their like report by filling that form. That is the known as student satisfaction survey. So this is much important in NAAC, but most important in when we have that QS ranking, which we this survey it contains only 10%, but in QS ranking it contains up to a 40%. We will call as a perception-based ranking, where what perception of an institution is having in the public, having with their stakeholders. So relatively based on that, some evaluation is made and some marks are added for that also. Then step 5 is when all the above is completed, they will log everything. Now you have not allowed for any modification to your data, any new things you cannot submit because they have logged it, evaluated you. Then the peer team will visit at the institution, and that team will make its assessment for qualitative components. This evaluation is like up to a 30%, 70% is already completed in step 3 and step. This is the complete process of, and thereafter, like when this widget is complete, then automatically your grade is generated, and by the final meeting of that NAAC committee, ultimately the grade is declared, and after that you may go for appeal or for some other processes. Now, because this is the complete process which we have discussed, now we will come out relative to what different criterias are, what are the different indicators, what different documents are required relative to when we go for NAAC accreditation. First of all, there are the 7 criteria for the assessment, because anywhere when we make any type of assessment, it may be regarding a quality, even it may be when we certify our students in different examinations. So some criteria is decided. Similarly, in the NAAC, they have a mainly 7 criteria. First one is your curricular aspects. Second is teaching, learning and evaluation. Third is research, innovation and extension. Then infrastructure and learning resources, student support and progression, governance, leadership and management, institutional values, and best practices. It has been tried that all the things, all the parameters related to like academics and other work institution will be included, and based on these 7 criteria, NAAC will make the quality assessment of any institutions. There are slight changes in between the relative status of institution. You may be a university, you may be autonomous college, you may be a affiliated institution. So relatively slight variation is there, but all the 7 criteria are there. This is how each criteria is given a different weightage relative to a status of an institute. Like for curricular aspects, if you have a university, then 150 points are there, 150 marks are there. Same is for the autonomous college, but for the affiliated institutions, it is 100 and 100 only. This is because the university or autonomous colleges are self, they are supposed to develop their curriculum for the university as well as to the affiliated institutions. It is not the prerogative of that affiliated institution to develop the curricula. That's why the marks are comparatively less. So these are the different things, as I think you all seeing on this, like teaching, learning and evaluation, research, innovation, infrastructure and learning, student support and progression, then governance, leadership. I will just show you, like if you have a university, then more weightage is given to your research, innovation and extension activities. More weightage is like given if you have a college, autonomous college or affiliated college relative to teaching, learning and evaluation process. This is because as per education policy also, we are focusing on like for the research on the universities or some important institutions, where for the rest the NAAC will focus on how they will provide a teaching, learning and the evaluation process for the students. Then we have a distribution for these 7 criteria relative to key indicators and quantitative and qualitative matrices. As we have a 7 criteria, other criteria are university, autonomous college, affiliated or constituent college having a UG or PG program. So for each of the criteria, there are key indicators. For all the 7 criteria, there are 34 key indicators. Those are subdivided into quantitative and qualitative matrices. For a university, there are 55 quantitative and 32 are the qualitative, and total is 87. Similarly, for autonomous college, similarly for a constituent college and PG colleges. Now it is just an extended profile. We will discuss it detail in each of the criteria wise also. Like first one, where curricula aspects. These key indicators are subdivided into like curriculum design and development, curricula planning and we'll discuss it detail step wise. This is the total listed for all the 7 criteria, but I'm shifting to am I audible properly, just to confirm, because hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. Because many times it happens like the connection is disturbed and I'm only speaking. That's why I'm just confirming. So now we'll discuss it in NAAC criteria wise. Like first we'll consider a criteria 1, that is curricular aspects. Here they have completely defined it. Like in a curricula, the different key indicators are like curriculum design and its development. They have a different weightage, like 50 is in case of universities and autonomous institutions. But this particular point, because curriculum design and development is not the prerogative of the constituent or affiliated college, so they are not applicable to them, only on the autonomous colleges and universities. Similarly, curriculum planning and implementation, because now when the curricula is designed, properly developed, then its implementation and planning is at the level of the institutions, okay, how they are delivering that particular curriculum to the students. So automatically not applicable to the university autonomous colleges, but applicable to the constituent colleges only. Then academic flexibility is there. Okay, how much academic flexibility we are giving to our students, they have also given a different weightage. Similarly, curriculum enrichment, apart from how we make its enrichment, that will also have given some weightage. Then feedback from the stakeholders, from the students. So this first curricula, like first our criteria 1, how there are different key indicators are there and they are divided into a different weightage. Now we will understand relatively to make our we can say to provide detailed information to the NAAC so well, so that you will show that okay, we have this and they will consider. So concerned relative documents are required. Otherwise, if we write a story, that is only possible when we have a qualitative metric. When we have a quantitative metrics, then everything, every document you have to provide to them, then only they will consider it, and finally for that particular criteria evaluation is made. Now what documents are required relatively, because based on these key indicators, the documents required is like for the first one is curriculum design and development. In this case, you have to completely define your POs, PSOs, COs, then course articulation metrics, course-wise focus, employable, entrepreneurship, skill development, list of new courses those the institution has introduced year-wise, list of total courses introduced year-wise, list of course integrated values, ethics, list of student enrolled in evaluated courses like MOOC, online courses, details of student research project, internship projects, stakeholder. So these all are related to, like you will have a one example where curriculum enrichment is there for 1.3. So for 1.3, how you can show your claim with the NAAC, like list of the courses. If you have introduced some value added courses, some ethical courses, you have a provide to a list of these courses along with how many students has opted for that. Your claim, the weightage, the marks will only be given. Only introducing of that course is not matters. It matters how many students has opted for that what is the progress in that. So you have to submit all the details. Then your list of enrolled students is required. Someone opting for MOOC courses, someone opting for online courses. Details of student research projects, internship, because they are also matters for your curriculum enrichment. So they have given the even list of the documents which you have to submit. So this is all about criteria 1 for your criteria. First, these documents are required, and relatively we have to make a list. We have to find out, you have to all the information so that you will prepare your self-study report. Then we switch over to criteria 2, that is teaching, learning, and evaluation. Basically, first 3 criteria are more related to teaching, learning, and research. So relative to a teaching and learning, here you will just see the key indicators. Okay, student enrollment and profile, which is much required. Okay, how many students you will enroll, what is the profile of these students, then catering to student diversity, like that is from how many different places and how many male, female students you are enrolling. Then what your teaching learning process, that will also have some weightage. Then your teaching profile and what is the quality of that. Then evaluation process and reforms. Then student performance and learning outcomes. Then student satisfaction survey. So all these things matters relative to your second criteria. Here student satisfaction survey matters because they will contact to the students, those have been pass out, or some of them may be in the institution. Relatively their feedback will also be matched with what claim we have made for that. Accordingly, you have to prepare your documents. I think I will just show you the list. Otherwise, with relative to a time, we'll not discuss in detail what required. Like for your criteria 2.1.1 is student enrollment and their profile. So in this case, you have to provide admission notifications year-wise, admission extract, number of seats sanctioned versus filled year-wise. So relatively, how much with focus, with wisely, you will submit your documents, you will submit your claim relative to a different criteria more precisely, and you will be evaluated. Even when you are submitting your documents by visiting their website, you have an idea where you stand during this evaluation, because these documents automatically, when we submit, we also know whether we are submitting a correct documents. If our documentation is, I can say, complete and fine by defining all the things, then automatically it will also make their process easy for your evaluation. These are again the list of all these documents required for criteria 2. Like because it relates to a teaching learning, so you have to provide how many sanctioned posts are there, how many yearly appointments you are making, then list of teachers, their relatively qualifications, PhD, how many are now, every. These are the list for criteria 2. Then we switch over to criteria 3, that is research, innovation, and extension activities. Again, they have defined like promotion of research and facilities. It is given a different weightage because generally we focus on universities and autonomous institutions for advanced research activities, so not applicable to affiliated institutions. Resource mobilization, research, innovation ecosystem, research publications and awards, consultancy, extension activities, and collaboration. So automatically the key indicator itself will provide you the information what you have to submit, like promotion of research facilities. So automatically we will show how much research budget is there, what is our research policy, and what facilities the university or institution has. documents. So innovation ecosystem, relatively the list of documents is there. Like in criteria, first research promotion policy might be there. Then proof for seed money, proof for a grant given by the university for the promotion of research, so that a particular faculty will opt for the other agencies for some sponsored research grants. Then e-copies of fellowships to the teachers. If some fellowship is given, they are obtained by the teachers. Then number of JRF, SRF year-wise working in your institution. Then list of research projects, e-copies, activities of IPR cell, incubation center, and list of research innovation awards to the faculty. So relative to these documents, we have to submit our claim. Again, there is a list of documents like your IPR, how many PhDs awarded, all these matters relative to that. Again, the documents, because this is a very rigorous criteria, even its weightage, I think, is much, only having a 250 for the university is much important criteria. Otherwise, out of 7, if total is 1000, so 1/4 weightage is only for research, innovation, and extension activities. So carefully, we have to submit all these documents. Then criteria 4 is relative to infrastructure and learning resources. Although it has a, because infrastructure and learning resources are matters for 1/10 of the total, but with like your infrastructure and what type of learning resource you're providing. It includes your physical key indicator, includes physical facilities, library as a learning resource, other infra, then maintenance of campus infrastructure. So all these matters and different weightage is given. Accordingly, you have to submit your document, and list of documents is like you have to submit list of total classrooms, how many ICT enabled, list of sport facilities, then geotagged photographs. They will ask with relative to geotechnical camera. You have to take a photographs and upload on your website where your date and everything is here on that in your campus, and it will also define a location from where that photograph is taken. So automatically you cannot have a photograph from some other place. So it is from inside your institution. Then audit statements showing your expenditure on infrastructure development, manual activities, audit statement showing year-wise expenditure on books, journals, proof of internet bandwidth, details of IT facilities. Basically, all the criteria are your mainly you can say student oriented. Okay, how we provide the learning to our student. Again, some of the documents that are required will go to a criteria 5, that is support and progression, where it automatically indicates the key indicators are how the university institution is providing a support to the students in kind of their placements, in kind of like to deliver them education in different. Then student progression, how your students year-wise progress. Then student participation and activities, in different activities your students are participating. Then alumni engagement, how you remain concerned with your pass out students. Even here your student support, even it will enlist your whether you are identifying slow learners, advanced learners, and how you are providing them with the teachers, with other facilities, so that they will be completely progress in the same way. This is the list of your like documents: career counseling, guidance, capacity development, skill enhancement activities, then grievance redressal committees, placement details, list of offers letters to the students. Then list of students higher studies, offer admission letters, student qualifying in competitive exams. These are again a list of documents which you have to submit. Otherwise, also the list of these documents is there on the NAAC website also when we go for that. Then we come over to a criteria number 6, that is the governance, leadership and management at the institution. Relatively, the weightage, the key indicators are your institutional vision and leadership. Whether whatever is the vision of the institution, whether we are going according to that, our leadership is following the same. Then strategy development. Okay, this basically matters to a strategic plan. If you compare that document properly, okay, what is the strategic plan for the next 4 years, 5 years, 3 years, that document you have to make proper and publish it so that all the stakeholders will know what is the strategic plan of your institution. Then how you are empowering your faculty. Then financial management and resources mobilization, internal quality, weightage, mission. Now it matters, your strategic plan might be matching with your vision and mission. Then these are the list of other documents you have to submit. So we switch over to a last criteria, that is institutional values, best practices. This is also very important. Submit a report. Institutions have to identify at least 2 best practices and institutional distinctiveness. Relative marks are there, like institutional values and social responsibilities. They have given almost 50% weightage out of this criteria. Your best practices have 30% weightage and institutional distinctiveness has 20% weightage. The list of is there, your gender audit, energy conservation, waste management measures, water conservation facilities. These are the list of documents you have to submit. Then NAAC self report, key indicators. We are just discussing about how we show our best practices and distinctiveness. The understanding about the best practices must before we make our claim for that is not in your normal processing. It is a different to that has evolved relative to support the students to make a quality to your institution. These are not activity prescribed by some authority. That is not in your we can say normal, not in a standard operating, but a different thing that the institution has played, yeah, your faculty has played, that yield a good results for the, we can say, learning of our students, for any other academic sport, academic progression of the students. This practice is relevant mainly within the institution at a given time. It could be in respect of teaching, learning, office practice, which it may be there, maintenance and upkeeping of the things or dealing with the human beings or money matters in the institution. Adopting such a practice has resolved the difficulty or has brought in greater ease in the working in that aspect. And if these best practices are relevant within the institutional context and may pertain to either academic or administrative or organizational aspects of the institutional functioning, like what is happening nowadays, means if you have created some consultancy cell in your institution, that has generated a sufficient amount of funds, that may be one of your best practices. You may have a center that is make a good resource with the industries by developing some like skill-based laboratories or other things. That is also maybe your. So you have to properly identify your best practices, because it is having a good weightage up to 30% within that criteria. If you properly identify 2 best practices, like your best practices, this is format of the presentation of the institution की है कि the title of your practice की है, what are the objectives of that practice? The context key hai, how the why that best practice has developed. Then evidence of your success. You will give a proof that with these things we have achieved. Then problems encountered and resources required, and the notes. Something is optional. That is how you define completely when you're making your claim for your best practice. Similarly, each institution have to identify institutional distinctiveness. Every institution would like to be recognized for certain of its attributes which makes it distinct or one of its kind. Such attributes characteristics the institution and are reflected in all its activities, in focus and in practice. So that is what distinctiveness you have relative to the other things are relative to a normal banking. So a normal working of your institution, normal teaching, learning. So this also, if we properly identify criteria. Now the data required, because it is just a common, I think I'm left with five, 6 more slides. Try to finish within 5-10 minutes so that then we have a time for discussion and queries. So this is just enlisted some of the points, the data required for to prepare a self-study report, like executive summary of your institution, then profile of the university or institute. Then this is the one thing. Now they will also ask for your preparedness for implementation of national education policy. This is also much important because they ask for when we are preparing the self-study report, then extended profile of the institute, quality evaluative report of the department, and data templates or documents that is based on quantitative. So these all things, all this summary is required to be prepared during self-study report. Then key issues are like submission anytime during the year. These are some of the very important. Like anytime you can submit your report. This is not that case you will only submit in this month or at this time. System generated scores with combination of online evaluation, that is we have already discussed. 70% is the quantitative matrices, that is like evaluated by the NAAC itself. Many times this is a third party evaluation. Then peer team visit, when they will visit, 30% evaluation is made. Then your data validation by external professional agencies, data validation and verification to be completed in 30 days when you will submit your complete report. Then within 30 days, they will complete that. Then this is the pre-qualifier, that is peer team will only visit if during your data validation and verification 20% score is obtained by the institution. If it is less than 25%, then automatically no team will visit and no accreditation will be made. Then introducing key indicators on alumni engagement, and that is student satisfaction survey we already discussed. Non-applicable matrices for colleges only. There are some matrices that are not applicable. We have seen during when we are discussing all the criterias. Then bibliometric data collection from InfluVnet. So this is also required when your faculty of the institution have to upload all the your things, your publication on the InfluVnet of the research like sites like we can say Scopus and others, because the data is verified from there also. Then student satisfaction survey, some of the guidelines are the institution will upload data of all currently enrolled students as per data templates format of Excel sheet. Then student satisfaction survey will be administered verification. The student satisfaction survey, there is a questionnaire, 20 objectives and 1 subjective will be a mail to the students. Maximum of 2 survey attempts initiated to reach the desired level for colleges. Responses should be received from at least 10% of the student population or 100, whatever is lesser, either 10% or 100. If 10% is less than 100, then it is okay. Otherwise, 100 is must, but 10% of the total. For universities, 10% of the 500. If it is university, then minimum value 10% or 500. If the response rate is lower than the limit mentioned by the NAAC, the metric will not be taken up for the evaluation. 10 marks with a particular criteria. Student satisfaction survey will be completed simultaneously with when your data validation and verification is going on. As soon as survey is initiated by the coordinator of NAAC, it has to be completed within 10 days. These are the requirements how student satisfaction survey will be conducted. Then biometric data collection of net. So websites where they will also collect the data. This is all whatever is required on that scope. Submitted and self-study report will be validated. We already discussed all that. Validation, then annual quality research. So they all will support to each other relatively for your NAAC, and on the other side, things. This we already discussed. Okay, 70%, 30%, 20% is required for that. So no need to discuss again. This is how institutional grading and accreditation status will be made. These are the later grades at because the evaluation is made on 4-point scale. So when your score is 3.5124, A++, and status is accredited, from 3.26 to 3.5 is A+, 3.012. So relatively they have graded accordingly which grade will be given. This is simply defined, but these are A++, A+, A, B++, B+, B, C, and these just I have listed some NAAC terminology. Okay, IQAC is the institutional information and quality. Some metrics, then quantitative data validation, verification, standard operating procedure, student satisfaction survey, self-study report, and peer team widget. Now simply 2-3 slides are related to NAAC status. This is up to because I have a data up to 24th January 2003 only, which is available. So as up to this date, there are only 213 universities accredited and 325 autonomous colleges accredited by NAAC, and affiliated colleges are 1043, where affiliated colleges are 2072 and constituent colleges are 30. This is the statistics of NAAC. What again within the letter grades, how many out of total institutions, because total graded institutions are 3,806. Out of that, only 115 is having A++, 326 are having A+, and 523 are having A letter grade, while 606 is B++, 695 is B+, only B is 1096, and 42 are not accredited, and many of them are only having a C grade. We can see that criteria is so it becomes more difficult to move from one grade to other because at the time many of such quality assurances are to be proved. Only then you can move to some higher grade. So this is all about. I can say thank you again for all of you for your patience listening. because it is a very, I can say very silently, either all of you are muted or there's no disturbance throughout the lecture. So thank you for that. Now we can discuss. If there's some queries, we may reply to that also. Any of the questions, please. Over to Dr. Prerna Gaur, if some queries or other things are there. Hello.
Hello.
But just I'm coming. I'm audible.
Prerna ma'am, another meeting में है AICT की.
Okay. Then anyone can talk if there is any question. No issue.
Thank you, Buta sir, for providing us such an astute and qualitative and quantitative information about NAAC process. You have made us to understand all these 7 criteria, and also you have provide the document requirement for all the criteria. We would like to request you to please share your PPTs with us.
Well, we'll share to Dr. Prerna Gaur, yeah, Dr.
Thank you, sir.
Shiva Raman. We'll share Dr. Shiva Raman and he will provide you. No issue.
Okay,
I
sir.
will email you or send on this WhatsApp.
Okay. Now attendees can ask their questions if they are having any questions. You can raise your hands and you can ask.
Hello.
Hanji, yes.
So Dr. Vijay this side. Sir, actually, in December 2022, the NAAC has changed some keywords in the criteria. Like
Please speak some loudly. I have to upload again to share the screen. Please speak loudly so that I'm speaking properly.
So he's asking about criteria 1.
Criteria 1, yes.
Yeah,
I'll go to criteria 1.
Just like in the criteria 1, the keyword between program and courses has been changed by NAAC in the recent documents, like percentage of programs that have components of field projects, research project, internship during last 5 years. So sir, in this we are, I'm confused that if this is the case, that percentage of programs having these components, so we must write 100%. And if the case is percentage of courses, then we have to evaluate that that in which we have field projects, research projects, or internships. Because in the previous documents, it was course written, and in the new document, it was program written. So I just want to know, programs means we need to consider BTech, CSE like as a program.
Completely, if someone will repeat the question. What? Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
In criteria 1, you're talking about which point? Teaching, learning, and evaluation, or?
So he's talking about criteria point number 1.3.3. 1.3.3. So he's asking.
Yes.
In the latest this NAAC application form, some changes have been done. So there is a change in the keyword program in place of course. Is there any difference between these two?
I think there's no difference, but generally they are keep on updating many times, because even the weightage to the criteria is updated relatively. Maybe I'm having some old data for that, but I think if they've mentioned the courses in the same place where it is a program, then there is no difference, I think.
It's a BTech.
Course and program is the same.
Or PhD. He's asking about this. Some courses of like BTech programs, like we have a CSC, and CSC is having its 4 like AI, data science, and MAC.
Yes.
So he's asking about all these things.
That is your program or courses, but NAAC is completely all the whatever programs, but what are the courses?
Universe itself, sir.
All is included. How many courses within a department that are a different program? If department you have one course on computer science and engineering, other may be on data science, other may be on artificial intelligence, but These are the different programs. Hello.
Hanji, sir.
Is this the query because I'm not properly?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. Hanji, if it's okay with the one who has asked the question or some other
Yes,
clarification?
can please ask?
Yes, sir, it's okay. I got it.
It's okay. Okay.
So if someone has some questions, they can write in chat if they are not as a panelist. So it will be read by Dr. Poonam Rani, and she will be giving this questions to sir so that it can be answered accordingly. Anyone who has some question on NAAC process can write the question in the chat box so that it can be answered by sir. Gauravji, you have issue doubts in criteria 1. So what are the doubts? Anshul, please make those into panelist list. So who are asking the questions? Gaurav?
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You please ask the question.
Ma'am, I think the Dr. Vijay is asking the same. I have queries. So if sir won't, I can repeat the question.
Okay, please.
So should I repeat the question?
Yes, please.
Hello.
हाँ जी, yes.
सर जो क्वेश्चन दिखाए हुए हैं 1.1, 1.2, 1.2.1, this all the question has been changed in the current application what we are seeing for the 2023. So as per the told by Vijay, so the question has been changed in December 22. So like for example, if we are taking question number 1.3.3, so here it is asking it 1.3.3.
Okay.
Sir, here I would like to say that NAAC pe portal pe there are just SOPs given. If the numbers are changed, SOPs are giving. Please go to SOP, download SOPs for your and guidelines. Okay. These two things are there available on the NAAC portal, and I have shared with all my faculty HODs so that change in latest one can be seen from there.
Yes, because they are generally keep on updating many.
Already shared that with our team.
Okay, then thank you. So have a question relative to that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I have.
Okay.
So sir, so last time in the in your presentation, it is visible detail of student research project, internship, field project.
Yes.
So as per previous example from different colleges, like PIT and other colleges, we have taken the example. So we have seen that it is showing that suppose 100 students are there. So 90 students have taken research project, 80 students have taken internship. So it means 80% students have taken this 1.3.3.
Okay.
But now it is asking percentage of program have component of this project.
So that is
student.
Yes. Then instead of students,
yes,
they have changed it. If you have many different types of programs, then they are talking about percentage of programs. It means is this
so sir, next question is what do you mean by program? Program, is it BTech or BTech CSE? As per my understanding,
BTech is not a program. Program is like you have a BTech in mechanical engineering. That is one program.
Okay.
As such, BTech is not a program, na?
So sir, BTech CSE is a program, na?
Yes.
So sir, BTech CSE, we have a project component.
Okay.
So it means it is 100%.
You have only one project component is there.
So sir, like in the BTech CSE program, we have a component of project.
That is the one component, na?
Yes, sir, one component.
So how you can say % then? Not understanding that.
So asking that
Percentage
have a
of
component. Please, sir.
those here they are talking the different types of programs. I think if there is a program, then the programs for enrichment of students, not like that. Those are your regular programs which you are saying. Within a mechanical or within a computer, within others, if you are having a student enrichment programs, maybe some skill development program, maybe you have some internship, maybe you have some industrial projects, maybe some other things, then the percentage is out of that.
So out of total courses or
Out of total courses, yes.
But sir, they are not asking this.
You will understand here. One is your regular programs or courses, other as which like added for the value addition to the students. It is talking about of that.
Sir, is it is saying number of program who have component and when we are saying program, it means BTech CSC. And number of program who have project, it means again BTech CSC.
Actually, what you can make is you will make a complete like in writing, maybe 2, 3, 4 lines.
Sir,
You will
that you want, I can share
even
I can share the video.
Even I will get it clarified through WhatsApp. Will send it to our Professor Shiva Raman. If further clarification required, we will discuss. Even we will discuss with the NAAC team also if there is still any confusion. So I will completely clarify that. You will just put me a post through Professor Shiva Raman. I will get it clarified from the NAAC.
Hello.
Hanji. Any other question?
There are more questions I'm asking.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Does the that is question here?
Student survey, section students. Yes, how they will respond because they will send a questionnaire. There is a condition to consider it. That's already we defined. If it is a university, either 10% or 500, whichever is minimum.
Whichever is
Similarly, for other that is up to that, then only they will consider. Now,
it's given in
response is given by the students. Your marks will depend on that. If they are considering, suppose out of have submitted their response, relative to that, they will evaluate response because they will give you some pro forma that is to be filled by the students. According to that forma, how they fill it. Otherwise, if institution will manage that all the student will fill it to a maximum extent, then if number is completed, all marks will be given. Many times, how they respond, and finally, how many marks you will get out of that. Automatically, it will vary.
Okay, sir. Next question is, who get access to updated SSR?
Any updated, your SSR is on, like all the documents are only on the university website itself. When they are evaluating, when they are verifying your data, all access is given because they will let you know this is your claim, but documents are not sufficient. then you may also submit some additional documents at that time, because they will generate some queries for you when they are validating the data. Suppose they created 10 queries for you, then you have to respond to queries and additional documents also. With that final, when verification, then you are not allowed to update anything, to submit anything. But during the verification, you can upload in the same way, in communication with the NAAC.
It's from two quality.
Like they have given some document, it is 2.4 na?
Yes, sir, 2.4.
At 2.4 देखो number of first आ गया the your teachers, the quality of the how many resources you have appointment. 2.4
Sir, 2.4.
a list of documents.
Yeah.
You provide the qualification of your teachers, so of these things, they will evaluate relatively. These are the documents those you are going to submit.
His next question is,
Yes.
sir, I am from RGPV affiliated engineering college of MP. Can my college go to avail this autonomy?
Yes. To have a autonomy, you have to apply to the institution itself through your affiliate university. If you want to obtain autonomy, you procedure for you have to submit your application properly by meeting all the criteria, whatever is required. I think the main condition in that is first you have to submit a permanent affiliation with your university. Otherwise, the university will give a affiliation for 1 year only. So documents you have to complete and submit to a constitute a committee. Committee will make it. During the ceremony of your affiliating university will also be there, and they will submit their report, and accordingly the
Okay. 6.1.
Hanji.
What type of activities we can include in addition?
3.6.1.
Ji sir, what type of include in addition to NSS/NCC?
Okay, list. You're talking about list of extension activities.
Yes, sir. Yes,
with
sir.
Proof for extension activities are there so many.
Apart
Whatever
from
NSS is one, NCC is one. Apart from that, like you have a performing any of your activity you are doing. Apart from that, you may have be extending
like blood can be included.
Organizing extension activities, humanity, maybe for training, maybe courses for them. But so many, it is up to you. You will plan so many and you will submit a proof of that.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Next question is we only batch graduated of BTech, so can we consider the data for the same?
That will at least your existence might be 6 years.
There will be two things.
If it is 6 years, then generally 2 batches pass out. You may be higher than that because if you have program the 3 batches, but minimum 2 is required.
Okay, sir. Next question is this is from criteria 4. There is 1.4 point. We have to make student
You have a ratio. This is for the whole of the institution.
Okay.
ये मैंने सवाल इसमें डाला
6 years, yes.
का मतलब मैंने पूछा लिखा ना we have only one batch graduated of BTech so can we consider the data for the same? वो कह रहे 6 साल होने चाहिए.
मतलब मैं again will confirm minimum 2 and 6 year existence. 6 year existence means your university, your institution might be 6 years old. This is the one condition. You have to pass out 2 batches. So automatically, if it is a 4-year course, then 2 batches are pass out.
So it is a and condition or condition?
No, both are both are 2 batches and 6 year. Like if you have a only 3-year course within a 5-year batches, then you are not eligible. Both conditions have to be satisfied. And condition, yes. That is listed at 1 and 2. I have not put or over there.
సార్ ఎవరు చేయట్లేదు సార్ నాతో చేయించుకున్నారంటే సార్ నారాయణ చాలా బాగా చేస్తాడు ఎక్స్పెక్ట్
Somebody has asked what is ILMS?
నారాయణ బాబు దగ్గరికి వచ్చి అంటే నాకు తెలుసు
ILMS.
ILM. This we can verify from net means institutional learning and like that. I've given some terminology also, it will not included in that. ILMS. Easily it can be available. What is the ILMS? This is the integrated library management system. ILMS is integrated library management system.
Is more informative, but I request the speaker to share his valuable slides. Yes, sir is definitely going to share his slides.
That I will share. I will send a copy to Professor Shiva Raman.
Next is from criteria 4.2.1.
Yes.
So the question is not written. Yes. Next is question from Manoj sir. He's from East Campus. Question is, we merged with SUT as its East Campus with effect from 2020 to 21 academic session. Do we need to provide data for last 5 years with GGS IP University?
That will not matter. It's not a university. NSUT is a university. Netaji Subhash Chandra University of Technology.
It was formed in 2018, September.
2000. Before that,
Yeah.
it is affiliating institution. It is like that, no?
Yes, sir.
So then you are only eligible after when you complete 6 years after 2018. Because your status is changed, earlier it is an institute, not a university. In 2018, that institution is established.
Campus was affiliated to our university in 2020, sir. So that's why Manoj sir is asking this question.
But the question is?
We merged with NSUT with effect from 2020.
Okay.
Do we need to provide data for last 5 years as earlier we affiliated with GGSIP University?
You may be affiliated to any of the institute, but when you are submitting a data to the university, that 5-year period is the condition of a NAAC. Suppose if you are applying in 2024, then they will consider the data of last 5 years only. It may be with any of the university, but if you have to put out the data of that institute, it will be last 5 years. Because you have to submit both from that university and from this university if it is included by your university for accreditation. And
thank you, sir. Next question is then 40 hours class in the semester system many times seems difficult to reach.
not understanding this
Getting
question.
this question. Let's leave it.
That will depend. That will depend on the credit of your particular subject. If it is like decreased from 4 to 3 hours, then automatically its weightage will also be decreased for that subject. But how it is concerned with here in the NAAC? What is the question relative to this?
Thank you, sir. There are no further questions. Yes. Anybody wants to have more questions? Please do send in the chat box. Yes, sir. Thanks a lot for the informative session.
So even also thankful because this is both the way learning.
Yeah, sir.
Because many of the questions are very, I can say, any query apart from this, you may post Professor Shivaraman.
Thank you, sir.
So we'll respond to that also. But really thankful for organizing this session. Interactive, and even because Jayaprakash also, because he has thank you all. Shivaraman, thank you from my side.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Can I leave the session?
No. Vote of thanks is this. Just I wanted to give the vote of thanks. Poonam Rani ma'am.
Yeah.
Shall I start?
Definitely.
Yes. Very good
Shivaraman ji.
Yes, sir.
I have not heard from any side.
Yes. I am learning from you, sir.
It is a both way. I have learned much from you also.
No, Professor. Please don't say that. So, very good afternoon to everyone. At the outset, I would like to thank Professor Buta Singh sir for accepting to give this lecture on NAAC in spite of his busy schedule. I know he is very dynamic and a very visionary person. Further, I would like to thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor sir, who has been straining his every nerve for the development of our university. I wholeheartedly thank our Director Madam Professor Prerna Gaur, who is working really hard with related to this accreditation process of our university. I thank all the HODs of our university and all the faculty members and all the non-teaching faculty, non-teaching staff members, IEEE daily sections for making this session is more valuable
Once again, I thank you. Buta Singh sir, thank you once again.
Thank you. Ji. Thank you.
Kindly share the slides, please.
Thanks everybody for making this session very interactive session.